lang po muna to. Yeah.
Are we
And I
live?
think we're live.
We are live. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. If you're in the Philippines, happy Saturday. If you're not in the Philippines, then where are you? Happy Saturday. We're excited to be live again today. So from now on, starting today, we're going to be live on Facebook every second Friday of no, second Saturday of the month and fourth Saturday of the month at 12 noon. So if you are somebody who would like to learn how to become a freelancer as a virtual assistant, please put the schedule in your calendar so you can learn more about how to go into this industry. And of course, today I am with Adi, our lead, and what's your position again?
Learning
Sorry.
and development.
Diretso, walang tulog. So, pwede pala mag-Tagalog. Ba't ako nag-i-English?
Oo.
Ikaw na, Adi. Introduce mo na yung sarili mo.
Sige. So, I know, guys, you actually know me kung nanonood kayo ng mga live last time. So, I'm Adrian D. I'm Adi. So, you could call me Adi. And then, I'm the learning and development lead here in Smart VA. So, I'm actually yung mga nag-upscale, ganyan. And when it comes to learning, you can actually, the VAs are asking me about the resources at kung ano yung mga possible na upskilling na pwede nilang gawin. So, here, I could also share to you kung ano yung mga kailangan nyong gawin to upskill yourselves and become a VA. So, yung mga priority natin ngayon. So, yeah. And then we also have here our COO. So, Miss Reg, introduce yourself.
Yes, hindi ko na ma-introduce yung position ko kasi sinabi ni Adi. I was also part of the last live. I'm Regine. I'm, COO of Smart VAs, and I'm very happy to join this live again for Smart VAs Academy. Excited na ako sa special guest natin today. And of course, ang ganda ng topic natin today. Pangiting-ngiti lang siya. Pero mag-introduce na siya.
Ay, ako na ba?
Oo, yes.
Go.
Hi, so my name is Josh. But my colleagues or my friends call me Song. Kasi mas maganda siya. So yeah, I've been a freelancer for more than 2 years now, and Smart VAs is actually my first freelancing company. Ayun, isa-start na ba? Dire-diretso na ba to? Like,
Sige.
yeah, I'm an admin / executive assistant. So, prior to, joining Smart VAs, nag-work ako as a call center representative, customer service and technical support. So, yeah, it's the difference for me, since I'm already introducing myself, the difference between working as a freelancer and also working in a corporate industry is, working in a corporate industry, I get to meet people face to face. I get to interact with them. And but the con is transportation, commuting every day. And when it comes with being a freelancer, I'm just here at home, talking with my clients and my colleagues via virtual software, Zoom, Google Meets, and ayun, for now. Thank you.
Hindi ako sanay na Joshua yung nakalagay sa name mo. And ang taray ng call center. I love it. Anyway, we invited Song today to share his experience as a virtual assistant. And I'm glad that you shared, Song, na you were a former call center staff before, because I know na there are a lot of BPO employees who are wanting to become a virtual assistant. So I know today you're gonna share your day-to-day life as a virtual assistant. Pero I want to ask, now that you have experience being a call center agent and now you're a virtual assistant, do you think this is something that uh, that should ano ba yung question ko? Do you think this is an industry that BPO employees should transition to?
Well, actually, being a freelancer, pwede naman siya for all, regardless if you're from a different industry. It's just a matter of kailangan, andun yung willingness mo to learn. Because being a virtual assistant, it's not just about admin work, email and calendar management. Yun yung mga basic and also communication. But once you get into the real freelancing world, you have to be open to learning new things. Kasi when I started with Smart VAs, I only know the basics, customer service and email and calendar management. But I've been with you guys for more than 2 years now, and I've learned a lot of skills. Besides customer service, I also know how to web design, social media, video edit. The things that I didn't imagine that I will learn, I know how to do it now. So I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of what I've accomplished. Yung dati na iniisip ko na, ang hirap naman yan, parang gawin yun na lang. But now, with the things that I'm learning, because being a freelancer, it's an everyday learning. So, hindi talaga natitigil yung mga learnings na nakukuha natin. Not just from our colleagues, but, from the leadership, from our clients. Kasi they're always there to support you. Kaya, wala, ang saya. Ang sarap sa feeling na ang dami mong achievements sa life. Ganun.
That's a good insight, no? Habang nag-share ka, naisip ko na, kasi I was a BPO employee din in the past. Mas madali ang buhay, di ba? Di ba tayo? Si Adi, I'm not sure kung na-experience na, mas madali ang buhay ng BPO, no?
Ay, tatlo lang. Si Adi, wala siyang BPO.
Wala si Adi. Adi, ba't ka ba nandito? Joke lang. Hindi, ikaw pala yung lead ng Smart VA sa Academy. Joke lang. But, kasi di ba pag BPO ka nga, di ba parang, okay, login ka ng kung ano man yung schedule mo, let's say 8 p.m. Di ba login, tapos lunch 12 to 1, tapos 5 p.m. na Honda ka pa, di ba, log out na. Take-in ka lang ng calls, di ba? May stress ka lang kapag maraming queue. Di ba, tapos yung mga iba mong ka-workmate naghahadukin para ma-skip yung queue. I'm not sure if uso pa yan ngayon. Pero Pinoy tayo, marami tayong para-paraan. So knowing na parang ganyan, 'di ba? Parang sometimes it can be routinary, 'di ba? And ngayong VA ka, ang dami mong una nagsimula ka simple admin task, ngayon ang dami mong natutunan. And at the same time, daming task. Hindi madali maging VA, 'di ba? And especially if you're an independent freelancer. So ano yung fulfillment na kukuha mo kung bakit ka nag-i-stay as a VA and nag-stick ka and hindi ka bumalik as a BPO employee?
Kasi sa BPO kasi, ang role mo lang is time in, sit down, take in calls, log out. Yun. Parang it's an everyday process. It's an everyday routine, and then minsan pa nga kapag sobrang stressful talaga, pag sobrang daming queue, parang ang minimum a day is 100 to 200 calls. Ayun, parang it's mentally draining. Pero as a freelancer, yes, it's also mentally draining. Pero you get to learn a lot. Kasi pag BPO or other industries, it's just an everyday routine. Kung ano yung pinasok mo, yun lang. Parang
merong growth, no?
oo, meron.
So if you're somebody na hindi mapakali sa routinary task lang, mag-VA ka kasi talagang maging multi-skilled ka. Lahat magagawa mo kasi ang daming needs ng mga clients, 'di ba? Meaning pa-admin lang, email lang. Kinabukasan, I need a website designer. Can you learn how to do this? Tomorrow, kaya mo na pala mag-code, 'di ba? So, ayun. So this is this type of work is really good for those people na hindi kontento sa routinary life lang every day. So, sige, kayo
siguro song, may ano din ako, may question ako since hindi ako galing sa sa BPO industry or wala akong experience on that kind of situation. So, may mga things ka ba na nami-miss nung as a BPO employee or other work mo if ever you have other experience? And then comparing that as a VA, may mga nami-miss ka ba na ginagawa mo noon?
Siguro ang na-miss ko lang before as a BPO employee is nung nasa sales ako. Yun lang talaga. Yung nasa sales ako kasi syempre pahirapan din magbenta. Pero alam mo yung pag nakabenta ka, yung pag na-receive mo na yung pay, yung lahat ng pinagpagura mo, lahat ng iniyak mo sa customer mo, lahat ng palusot mo makabenta lang is nakukuha mo naman. Yun. Siguro yun lang, pero stressful talaga. Tapos, yung mga tambay sa labas. Yun.
Yossi break.
Yossi break, ganon.
Kahit hindi ka marunong mag-Yossi, mag-pretend ka na lang marunong ka mag-Yossi. Ginawa ko yan before.
Yun, yung mga bonding after shift, ganyan. Tapos, yung mga meet-up bago pumasok. Sabay-sabay kayo papasok. Tapos, sabay-sabay kayo magla-login. Tapos, yung alam mo yung bonding kayo sa isang row na
sa isang bay.
Sabay-sabay kayo magbe-break. 1, 2, 3, break. Go.
Correct.
Tapos may mga kabatch ka pa sa training, di ba?
Yan.
Sino yung magiging...
Tapos pag naglalakad ka sa floor, yung, hi, kain na tayo, ganon.
Oo. Tapos nakawa ng pagkain sa fridge.
Oh, yes! Papa-HR pa yan.
Oo, totoo.
Meron ako isang nami-miss from kasi after ko mag-BPO, ibang industry, like the restaurant industry for marketing. Nakakamiss magbihis. Nakakamiss mag-ayos.
Bakit nakahubad ka ba?
Pero minsan nagugulat nga sila, Christy, minsan pag umidik ko, nakaayos ako or maganda yung suot ko. Nakakamiss yung mga damit natin dati na sinusuot natin nung lagi tayong lumalabas at pumapasok. Nandun na lang siya. Minsan mag-garage sale ka na lang kasi hindi mo na siya magamit. Pero nakakamiss din Nakakamiss. Although, isang perk din yun. Spin ko na din to that. Perk din yun ng freelancer because you don't need to dress up that much, diba? Hindi naman pwedeng nakasando ka lang pag nag-work. Siyempre, lalo pag may client meeting, you still have to be professional and presentable. But you don't need to set aside budget to dress up or buy new things because you just need to go with the trend. And kasama yun di ba? When you work with people physically, may peer pressure pa din Ay, uso yun ng high school dati. Pero pag nag-work ka, meron pa rin peer pressure na parang, uso to, kailangan ko bumili ng ganitong sapatos, kailangan ko ng ganitong brand na damit, or kailangan laging maganda yung suot ko. Pag freelancer ka na, basta kahit nakapambahay ka, pero mukhang maayos siya hanggang dito, okay lang. Diba? Walang yung kailangan mag-makeup kasi may filter na si Zoom. Although naka-StreamYard tayo ngayon, so walang filter. Oh, fresh kahit walang filter, diba? Pero, iba-iba. Nakakamiss din. Kaya pag hub day yan, pag dito kasi pag sa Smart VAs, meron kaming days na magkakasama kami dito sa hub. So pag hub day, nakaka-excite. At saka maririnig mo yung team They talk about, anong susuot natin? Or sabihin nila, wala pa ako isusuot kasi nakakamiss. Nakakamiss din. So, I think isa yon. Pero perk din siya kasi nga, hindi mo na siya gagastosan
Totoo yan. Sige. So, punta na tayo sa iyong A Day in the Life song. So, ano ba ang ginagawa mo as a virtual assistant?
So, first is, I wake up fresh. So, siguro yung ginagawa ko una is, since now, I mean before, Before ba or now with my current situation? Like before. Sige, mga a day in a life na lang. So, I log in, check the emails, check the Slack message, ayun na, then get my task ready before doing it. Tapos, meetings with the client, and then, ayun, kasi ako more on admin task. So, admin slash procurement slash purchasing. So, more on the operations side talaga. So, I don't necessarily do, mga technical skills with my client. But I'm open. Like now what's happening now is, I get to Tagalog na lang. Parang napapakita ko yung mga skills ko na natutunan, and if hindi ko siya kaya or if I know in myself that hindi ko siya alam pero willing naman akong matuto, there's Adi. Adi's been helping me with learning new skills kahit na masakit siya sa ulo. Pero alam mo yung at the end of the day, may isip mo na lang na nagawa mo siya. Kahit kahit hindi mo siya nagawa on your own, at least nagawa mo siya, with the help of other people who's there to help you and guide you, every step of the way. Thank you.
Nice. So, sa loob ng isang araw, let's say on an ordinary day or shift mo, ilang meetings yung ina-attendan mo?
So, last week, like, ang minimum is 3 to 5 meetings a day. Pero hindi naman siya
Iba-ibang
client
client, no?
Iba-ibang client.
Okay, sige. So, ilan ang client mo?
Now, I have
6?
4.
4.
Yeah, 4.
4, okay, sige. So, since meron kang 4 clients na inaasikaso, so in a day, paano mo hinahati-hati yung mga tasks nila?
So during onboarding, tinanong ko na sila kung yung schedule. Kunwari, for this specific client, I'm required to log in 2 hours start of shift and then 2 hours end of shift. So, libreng in between. And then, yung mga special project or mga one-off task, sinisingit ko siya in between. And then, pag may client na required ka talaga mag-log in full day, syempre, i-segregate mo yung dalawa. Yung start of day, end of day. Kasi, yun ay meetings talaga. As in, pure meetings. Then, in between, yun, isingit mo na lang kapag you have to test you have to weigh in kung sino talaga yung super urgent, sino yung mas mahirap gawin. So, kung mas mahirap gawin ito for this client, ito muna yung prioritize mo. And also the due dates. Yun. Parang ako kasi, I'm open with my clients if I can't do it, if I can't submit yung mga kailangan nila. Kunwari, due date siya today, if I can't do it, sabihin ko na lang sa kanila. Of course, explanation. Pero, what I really love with the clients is ang tawag doon, nasa dulo ng dila ko eh. Yes, understanding. Ayun. Parang they just want you to be open. Ayaw nila na sasabihin mo na siya kung kailan due date. 'Di ba? Kung kailan super urgent, sabihin mo, ay, hindi ko po kaya. Yun. That's a red flag for everyone. So, kung sa BPO kasi 'di ba kaya mo nang paikutin yung mga customer mo. Parang papaikutin mo, sige sir bukas. Pero next week pa pala.
Tawag ka after 2 days, 2 to 3 days.
Tapos pag tumawag ulit siya, okay, tawag ka ulit after 2 to 3 days. Yun. Pero dito kasi hindi, you get to talk to the clients directly. So, hindi mo sila mapapaikot kasi makikita nila yung mukha mo, makikita nila yung reaction mo. And if don't make them feel that you look stressed, kailangan ganda ka lang araw-araw. Kasi, it's nakakahawa yun eh. Kumbaga, kung stress si client, tas nakita niyang stress ka, di wala. Pero kung nakita ni client na ay, good morning, ganyan. How's your day? Oh, it will turn things around. Yung emotions ni client parang, oh, ang saya nito ah. So, maging masaya na rin ako, ganon. Ayun.
And
Nice.
then siguro speaking of like client meetings, client interaction, syempre may mga gusto rin mag-VA eh. Pero ayaw nila nung mga client meetings na ganyan or ayaw na makipag-usap, 'di ba? Like lalo na sa mga foreigners. So, how will you say it, like is it rewarding for you, or ano yung mga perks or reward na nakuha mo when it comes to client interaction? Do you have any instance na you feel like rewarding yung ginagawa mo even though na yun nga, nakipag-usap ka sa mga kliyente?
Well, sa simula talaga, talagang kakabangka. Like for me, nung nagsimula ako sa first client ko, parang, wala, paano ko siya kakausapin? Parang baka yung English ko bigla maubos, bigla ako mag-Tagalog. Pero yung mga clients kasi parang, may masabi ka mang Tagalog term, okay lang sa kanila kasi alam nila Pinoy ka. Di ba? And siguro on your like first few weeks or let's say a month, magkakapaan pa kayong dalawa. Parang nervous pa, parang this is my task. So these are my tasks and what do you want me to do next? Yun. And then yun, you just have to build relationship, yung break the barrier between you and the client. Don't treat your client as a client, but when talking to your client, treat your client as a friend. Yung parang, oy, Becca, kamusta? Ganon. Anong papagawa mo?
Kailangan
Kasi,
feeling close, di ba?
Kailangan feeling close. Kailangan makapal yung mukha mo pag when you're talking to your client. Kasi if not, they would feel it eh. Parang, they would feel
Lalamunin
na,
ka nila ng buhay.
Lalo na
And
yung may
then
mga
yun.
personality na clients.
Even, bangkay yung Song's point, alam nung clients na hindi naman natin first language yung English eh. Diba? Hindi lang naman Filipinos yung VAs. Although, syempre, yung mga kausap natin ngayon, primarily Filipinos. But, alam nila eh, na hindi natin first language yon. Ang key talaga doon is confidence. Kasi kung kahit naman, follow nyo yung Smart VAs team kasi maririnig nyo to doon eh. Smart VAs team na page, kung gusto nyo maging part ng team, follow nyo yung pages namin sa Smart VAs team. You don't need to be very good in English to be a VA when it comes to communication. Ang kailangan mo talaga confidence eh. Kasi to Song's point nga, masasanay ka din eh. When you build that relationship, it will come naturally. Kailangan mo siya ma-practice. So, yun na, singit ko lang.
Wala naman mga Pinoy talaga yung maarte pagdating sa English.
True, grammarly.
Tayo, di ba? Tayo yung judgmental eh. So, sige. So, that's a good point, Song. So, meron kang isang long-time client sa Smart VAs. How did you make sure na makapag-build ka sa kanila ng relationship?
Well, since when I talk to my client, parang ganito lang talaga. You know, may mga hand gestures, may mga pamuka, ganon. Kasi I want them to know me as, ayoko kasi magpakilala na, okay, here are my tasks. Tapos bigla ako magka-transition to magiging masaya. Kasi baka isipin nila, baka iba isipin. So, from the start, kailangan ganito na kagad. Tapos, run the extra mile. Kung meron silang kailangan, tas di mo kayang gawin, kunin mo pa din. Tapos sabihin mo, yeah, I can do it. I know how to do it. Pero, hindi mo talaga alam. O, Adi, pa-help. Ganon.
Hindi mo alam, pero alam ni Adi.
Yeah. Kasi yun naman gusto ni client eh, yung openness mo, yung parang willing kang kumuha ng mga trabaho. Kasi our goal as freelancers is to lessen the workloads of the client. Diba? Eh kung tayo rin naman ang nagiging burden kay client, so bakit pa nila tayo kukunin as freelancers? So, kahit hindi natin alam, andyan naman si Google. Andyan yung may mga support, may leadership. Just, reach out to the person who knows how to do it. Kasi hindi naman malalaman ni client yun eh. Sabihin lang, bibigyan mo lang kay client yung output. Sabihin ni client, oh, you're so good. Thank you so much for helping me. Ganon. Edi, ganon. Yeah. Thank you. Diba?
I think maganda yung point ni Song na yan, especially for those who are starting, 'di ba, in their freelancing journey. Iba kasi pag mag-isa ka eh. But when you join an agency like Smart VAs, parang lagi na lang pag live yun yung linya ko. When you join an agency like Smart VAs, yun din yung linya ko dati. When you join an agency like Smart VAs, kasi may team kayo, you have a team, so you know you have people who will support you. And if you don't know what to do with the task, there are people that you can ask help from, diba? Unlike doing it on your own, like freelancer ka, you're marketing yourself. Si Google talaga ang best friend mo pag ganun. So, yan, as you guys, diba, people who are watching us, as you guys think of your path as a freelancer, you can also consider that as part of your journey.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So one of the key characteristic na we are looking for when it comes to hiring a virtual assistant is their passion to help businesses. And with you, Song, we notice na when you work for our clients, talagang meron kang passion, meron kang care. Saan nanggagaling yung passion and care na yun? Like, hindi mo naman ka mag-anak yung mga clients mo, bakit mo tulungan? Diba? Why would you go the extra mile for them?
Because the client trusted us. Diba? Hindi naman nila tayo kukunin kung hindi tayo capable of doing yung mga kailangan nilang gawin natin. So, syempre, as the VA, we don't settle for kung ano lang yung ibigay. Ito lang yung task list mo, ito lang gagawin mo. What if natapos na siya? So, wala tayong gagawin. So, for me, kasi, since I've already built a relationship with my client, regardless if it's admin, regardless if it's a technical task, web design, social media, kukunin ko. Kasi, I want them to feel that binavalue natin sila. I want them to know na we're providing, excellent service. We're running the extra mile on helping them. Para at least, they stay with us for long. Kasi kung magsisettle ako dun sa binigay lang nila, chances are, baka hindi na nila tayo kailanganin kasi nagawa na natin yung task. Pero, if we're running the extra mile, if they keep on providing us with new tasks, edi isipin nila, okay, wag na natin siyang pakawalan. Okay na. Just give him task. Be open with them. Ganun. Yun.
Meron ka na bang client na na-handle na inayawan mo? Or pinilit mong i-handle and ayaw mo ng mga task?
So, magkasama tayo dun.
Yes. Siya ata yung second client ko. Second client ko siya. Oo, second.
Second ba?
Second siya. After, nung pagka-onboard ko doon sa first client ko, pumasok siya for customer service.
Correct. Nalala ko pa yung tool. Grasshopper?
Yes, oo. At first, okay naman. Parang he or she, sorry.
Them.
Okay naman siya. Them. Okay naman siya when it comes to communication, pero nag-iiba bigla yung mood niya eh. Pag okay siya sa meeting, parang, hi, okay, we're good. Tapos, pagtas ng meeting, biglang puputok yung email. Eto, sorry, hindi mo nagawa to, kailangan mo tong gawin. I need this ASAP, I need this now. Parang, nag-meeting na tayo kanina. Pwede mo naman sabihin para at least nagawa ka agad. Hindi yung mag-email ka after an hour or two, ito yung kailangan mong gawin. Tapos, hagulgul pa sa oras, hindi minamadali ka. Di ba? Siguro, yun din yung iniisip ng mga clients na ginagawa din naman natin na ang inisip ng client kasi, we have to give our 100% with them. Pero syempre, alam din ng clients na we do support multiple clients, kung ika nga. Pero syempre, hindi siya excuse para hindi natin ibigay yung 100% natin sa lahat ng clients. Syempre, we have to learn time management, yung task. Kailangan maayos natin yung schedule natin kasi pag di natin naayos, dumating din naman ako sa ganyang point, yung sa sobrang bida-bida ko, parang, sige, go, I need more clients, I need more work. Pero, it's mentally draining. Parang hindi na kinaya ng katawan ko. Parang, okay, kinausap ko na si Regine ata nun, na I'm sorry, I have to let go of a few clients kasi hindi siya healthy for me. Which I do love about, smart VAs kasi kapag di mo na talaga kaya, syempre, di ka naman pipilitin kasi kapag pinilit ka, ang tawag doon, it's a domino effect. It will affect your client, it will affect your health, it will affect the entire company as a whole. Kaya, yun din, siguro yung mental awareness and work-life balance. Ayun.
So, yung sa client na yan, so since nga ganun yung approach nila sa pag-delegate, may nag-comment. Wait, basahin ko yung comment after. Pero, ayun nga, so, since ganun yung approach nila sa pag-delegate na email isang bagsakan, tapos bigla-biglaan yung due date, paano mo hinandle yan? Like, did you talk to the client about it? Or did you talk to your project leader? Paano, na-correct mo ba somehow yung ganung way of delegating ni client? Kasi it can't be healthy din, di ba?
Well, for this specific client, the project leader. Then, from there, we'll have our one-on-one talk on how we can resolve all na kailangan ni client. Pero kasi hindi naman lahat ng clients ganun. May mga clients naman na, may mga clients talaga na masakit sa ulo pero masarap ka trabaho. Merong ganun eh, parang nasistress ka pero ang saya. Yung, okay, bato ko to, kailangan ko to ngayon. Pero pag nag-usap kayo, parang, andun din yung feeling na rewarding na, okay, sige, nagawa ko to. Okay, ano pa ulit? Ibato mo lang lahat ng gusto mo ibato. Meron din namang clients specifically for this. Like, my second client. Masaya naman talaga siya. Kaso, iba lang din talaga siguro hindi talaga kami compatible ni client. Siguro yun din yung one way. Kasi not every client will be compatible to you. Ganun ba yan?
I think it came to a point na nag-decide ka nun, Song, na tanggalin nyo na ako sa project. I think tayong dalawa yun, yung magkausap nung time na yun na na-try namin siya ayusin to Song's point nga kanina kung share niya yung story. Na-try ayusin with the project leader and then eventually it reached me also. So we were doing different strategies to try to align with how this particular client actually thinks, ganyan. Or kung paano ba, ba't ganun yung processing niya, bakit sa call ganito, pero after the call may iba yung mood niya. Trinay namin yun i-process. Eventually, it worked naman. But we had to make decisions nga kagaya nung kay Song na parang bigyan nyo na ako ng ibang client para mas matulungan ko yung client na yun kasi nga hindi sila match. So, may ganun talaga. May ganun talagang instances. And you can't just say yes to lahat ng client na dadating sa'yo. Pipiliin mo din siya kasi masisira ka din eh. Diba? You have to take care of yourself. Hindi lang masisira yung image mo or yung professional record mo as a freelancer, as an employee. Pero masisira yung mental health mo, yan yung kinikwento nga ni Song. Very draining siya.
True. Ang ganda and I'm glad na nabanggit mo yung keyword na yan, compatibility. Kasi you're not for everybody din naman. Di ba? Whether sa work or sa love life man yan, di ba? You have to choose the right client for you. Para yung dating. Dapat suwa kayo ng personality. Not necessarily na pareho kayo ng personality, pero as long as you're in alignment with one another. That's the most important thing. And being honest then. So, you shared earlier, Song, kanina na when you talk to your clients, you're just being you. Diba? You're very lively, even though you mentioned na sometimes nga, diba, hindi tayo ganun ka confident when it comes to our English communication skills. But because of your personality and your confidence in yourself, na-overpower yung lack of confidence when it comes to the communication skills eh. And I think that's one thing na we have to keep in mind talaga na each VA is different and sometimes what set us apart is our personality. So that's what I actually learned recently rin as well as I talk to different clients na they love you not for what you do to them but for who you are. Diba? So if you're a lively person, if you make them feel important, they will love that, and it's just a matter of being real and being authentic. So if you're an introvert and mahihain ka talaga and feeling mo yan yung personality mo talaga, yan ka talaga, wag mo piliting magbago. Just find the right client for you. But if you feel like you're an introvert and mahihain ka, pero you're willing to change, gusto mo ng extra challenge, and you're willing to be bubbly, you're willing to change the way who you are, then go ahead. Diba? It's just a matter of knowing who you are and the type of clients that you need. So, how about taking breaks, Song? Kasi 'di ba pag work from home tayo, minsan continue for hours nakaupo, or minsan 6 hours, 8 hours nakaupo lang tayo, and it's not good for our health. So, how do you take care of yourself?
Well, for me, 8 hours is my break. Kasi nasa bahay na ako eh. Nasa bahay na ako, so kapag nauuhaw ako, kuha lang ako, tapos work na ulit, kakain habang nag-work. Kasi hindi naman 8 hours na client meeting ka eh. So, pwede kang kumain habang nag-work, pwede kang uminom, kahit mahiga ka pa kung naka-laptop ka, mahiga ka habang nag-work. Being a freelancer, it's really flexible, not just, time, but also the comfort. Kasi nasa bahay ka na, pwede ka magtrabaho sa sala. Kung trip mo magtrabaho sa kusina, go. Magtrabaho ka doon. Kung saan ka mas comfortable, pwede kang magtrabaho habang naglalakad, habang nakatayo. Kasi being a freelancer, you will not invest on the things that you wear. Mag-i-invest ka na sa magiging comfortable ka sa bahay. Webcam, mouse, keyboard, yan, monitor stand, yun. Although mas mahal, pero
Pero
sa
may
long term naman.
investment, di ba?
Ayun.
May ROI.
Bragging rights lang napaiyabang mo sa mga kasama mo.
Magandang perk yan yung kanikwento ni Song na as a freelancer, talagang kahit saan pwede ka mag-work. And I just wanna share, na-experience ko na din na nasa Boracay, nasa Bohol, nagbohol pa kami hindi naman buong team, pero madami kami from Smart VAs. Nag-work kami sama-sama. Wala lang, gusto lang namin umalis, pero kailangan namin mag-work. Hindi kami pwede mag-leave kasi sabay-sabay, hindi kami pwede mag-leave sa leadership team. So, ang saya, ang sarap lang ng feeling na ganun. It's a perk as a freelancer, but you also have to be careful, especially if you're new in the field, kasi pwede siya ma-abuse. Yan sinasabi ni Song, trabaho ka sa kama. Delikado din yun kasi aantukin ka. You have to set that boundary also. It's a perk, but you have to make sure that you don't abuse it kasi it may reach a point that yun yung maging downfall mo or downhill ka na from there. Pag tinamaan ka na ng laziness, di ba? Ay, komportable. So mamaya, nag-Netflix ka, na-miss mo na yung message ni client. Yan yung mga perks talaga ng work from home na kailangan ingatan din natin. But it's good to have, especially if na-experience mo na yung traffic, everyday ka nagko-commute, hindi ka makasakay, uulan, bumabagyo, papasok ka, walang announcement na no classes pag pumapasok ka na. So, perk siya talaga, nakaka-excite, nakaka-enjoy na pwede mo siyang gawin kahit saan. And ito si Song, mahilig din yan mag-work from anywhere. Minsan nasa kung saan-saan niya naka-staycation. So,
true.
Basta may internet.
Correct. Basta may internet or may signal yung phone mo para pwede ka mag-data.
Mm-hmm. So I want to read Jong's comment. Hi, Jong! Thank you for watching. Sabi niya, give your client the best service you can provide. As you prove your trustworthiness, they will give you more tasks until you will form an integral part in their operation. Good service is always compelling and attractive. Nice! Well said, Jong. And dahil dyan, ikaw na yung next na interview namin next time. Yeah, I think you were able to share a lot of wisdom and insights, Song, when it comes to working as a virtual assistant and how to take care of your clients, going the extra mile, and you were able to share the perks of being a virtual assistant as well. Do you have any last question for Josh, Song, Adi, or Regine? I just realized, complete yung name ko, tapos yun sa inyo, first name lang.
In-edit po namin.
Tinuruan nila ako mag-edit kasi kanina full din yung name ko.
Siguro na lang, Song, like, advice na lang sa mga aspiring virtual assistant. na final advice for yung mga aspiring virtual assistant out there na hindi pa nila talaga alam kung tutuloy nila or what. So, yeah, just give your advice to them.
Advice? Oh my God. Wait lang. Siguro, sa mga aspiring virtual assistants, kasi ngayon nauuso na talaga yung mga VA, yung work from home eh. So, may mga tao talaga na kahit di nila alam yung gagawin, mag-a-apply sila na mag-a-apply. No, hindi siya magandang habit. Kasi kung mag-a-apply ka, let's say, mag-a-apply ka for a graphics design, tapos di ka naman marunong mag-Canva, wala rin. Parang masasayang lang yung time and effort mo. So, before applying, mas maganda to learn a specific skill na alam mo sa sarili mo you can excel. Kasi lahat naman matututunan yan eh. It's just a matter of kung ano talagang gusto mong matutunan. Kung gusto mong matuto mag-graphics, may mga online courses, may mga trainings, may certifications. And kapag nakuha mo na yon, try applying. And it's better or it's best if you apply through an agency. Kasi if you'll be doing it alone, talagang dadaan ka sa butas ng karayom. Lahat pagdadaanan mo, lahat a-applyan mo. But if it's in an agency, andun lahat ng support. Kapag di mo kaya, merong magba-back up. 'Di ba? If meron kang ayaw sabihin kay client or hindi mo pa kayang sabihin kasi bago pa, pwede mo sabihin sa project leader mo and your project leader will talk to your client. 'Di ba? Kaya kanyang iligtas. Pero kasi pag you as a solo freelancer, parang ikaw talaga lahat. Simulat sa pool. So, 'yun. Upskill, learn and try. Just keep on trying. Kasi maraming opportunities being a virtual assistant. Ayan.
True.
All over the world. Eme.
Thanks for sharing that. So ako din meron akong last question in relation to sharing that inspiration, in your experience as a freelancer. Is this, hindi ka prepared dito, hindi ko tinanong ka. Hindi walang briefing to. Gusto ko lang sabihin walang briefing to. Is this something that you see you'll do long term? 2 years is
yeah.
long. But long term, and why? Siyempre may why. Yun yung pang Miss Universe
dun. Alam ko wala nang why. I believe
that smart VAs in general.
Correct, yes, in general.
I believe that I'll be doing this forever.
Wow.
Hindi naman forever. Siguro, tama, forever. Kasi, na-try ko na yung mag-work sa corporate eh. And alam ko na yung difference between working sa corporate and then working sa freelancing world. And, siguro ngayon kasi, nakapag-invest na ako sa laptop, sa monitor, sa webcam, sa keyboard, sa mouse. And, sa upuan. So, ayun eh, andun na yung comfort. So, siguro iisipin mo muna, kung bago ka mag-apply ulit sa labas, isipin mo muna, anong gagawin ko dito sa mga upuan ko? Anong gagawin ko dito sa pinaghirapan ko, pinag-ipunan? And, being in a freelancing world, sabi ko nga kanina, stressful siya, oo. It's mentally draining, but it's rewarding at the end of the day. Hindi, yung matutulog ka na, okay, nagawa ko lahat. Hindi yung matutulog ka na, oh my God, papasok ako bukas, gagawin ulit yung ginagawa ko kanina. So, it's an everyday routine pa din naman yung ginagawa mo, pero may nadadagdag. Di ba? So, if you want to be a VA, start by learning a specific skill set. Ayan. Or iba yung tanong. Ano ba yung tanong? Ayun pala, yung long, yung pala.
Nasagot mo naman, combine yung tanong namin ni Adi. Doon sa sagot mo.
Ayun. Anyway, in line with what Song said about learning a specific skill set, if you're somebody who wants to learn how to become a social media manager, we have a training available on our website. Go to smartvasacademy.com, and this year, soon, actually this month or next month, we are going to launch our podcast management course, our SEO course, and our web design course, so that we can help you become a virtual assistant. And we have a free video as well, or free training on how to become a virtual assistant if you're not sure yet if this is something that you want to get into. So go again to our website, smartvasacademy.com. So thank you so much for watching our live video for today, whether it's on Facebook or whether it's on YouTube after we publish this. And thank you. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
If you know
Bye-bye.
anyone, becomeasmartva.com is our website to apply. Don't forget.
Yes, if you want to apply, become a smart
smartva.com. Thank you. Happy weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
And bye-bye.